Hello, everybody. This is Darcinovia here, and this is my review on another one of the X-Wing novels. This one is Wraith Squadron. This is the first of the Wraith Squadron books, and this is the first series of novels where the author was changed. Up until this point, Michael A. Stockpole wrote the novels. Aaron Austin, I hope I'm pronouncing that name right, the late Aaron Austin, wrote the fifth, sixth, seventh, and ninth novels, and would eventually write the 10th novel later down the line. His Star Wars books, if you've read them, for those of you who've actually read Aaron Austin's books, you would know that he uses Wedge a lot in his books and Corran Horn, though that more applies to Legacy of the Force and Fate of the Jedi. And his books tend to have a lot of humor in them. Now, there's some of those who out there who may not like that. I don't mind it. I mean, I don't mind some comic relief here and there, considering this is military science fiction, and when it comes to, war, anything could happen. And it's nice to have some humor, as long as it doesn't take away from the story to relieve the tension. Now, Wraith Squadron, in my opinion, could be read without reading the other books in the series, because this focuses on a different team of rogues. The Wedge Antilles, this takes place after the fourth book in the series, wants to build another squadron similar to Rogue, except having aerial combat be its specialty, have it be ground combat instead. And unlike Rogue Squadron, Wraith Squadron would get people that were washed up, that aren't accepted anywhere else, and we get some of the most unlikely kind of people that you would expect to work together. Now, unlike the Rogue Squadron, mates, there's a lot more tension with the Wraiths than there is with the Rogues, due to the fact, the characters, one of which his name is Keel, has a grudge against his commanding officer for killing his father. Now, Keel, I would probably say, is the protagonist of this book. I like him. I thought he was a pretty cool character, and honestly, I didn't think I would actually fall in love with him as quickly as I did, because Corran Horn is such a great character, and I've read so much about him. Though most of my reading of Corran Horn was post, of these books in this series. Wraith Squadron, basically, in one book, makes me actually like all the characters that are introduced. I do recognize a few of them because I, read about them in the New Jedi Order, so I'm familiar with some of the characters. But the very fact that I actually get a chance to actually read where they first appeared is going to make me appreciate their appearances more when I reread the New Jedi Order series in the future. Wraith Squadron introduces a new villain, or kind of a new villain. He's not really new. For those who've read Courtship of Princess Leia, you'll know who I'm referring to. He is introduced in this series, who would be the antagonist for the next few books. Now, Wraith Squadron on its own, I think, is a fantastic read, honestly. I don't want to get too much into the story. The only thing I will say is each one of the pilots have their own backstories and have their own reasoning for being part of Wraith Squadron. And honestly, I'm not. In my personal opinion, I find the Wraiths more interesting than the Rogues. In my personal opinion, each one of them have, an intriguing, story that you just want to learn more about. And their struggles as that you go through this novel, it makes you just want to read more. Wraith Squadron, I think, is the best of the series so far, what I've read. If you loved the other novels that came before this one, I think you'll enjoy this one just the same. I know there's certain people that would prefer Rogue Squadron books, and there's those who prefer the Wraith Squadron books. I can't comment what I think which one's better, but from what I've read for the first one, I'm impressed that in the middle of a series, Aaron Austin managed to make me want to read about the Wraiths. Even though I miss the Rogues, I miss Corran Horn, I will see him again in I, Jedi. And the other book in the X-Wing series, the last one that's written by A. Stockpole. So it's not like I'm going to go without Corran Horn forever. But the new characters in this book that are introduced, I enjoy them. I can't wait to read more about them. Anyway, I give this a classic rating, a great read. If you haven't read the other books in the series, I don't think you're going to be lost. It's a fantastic read. May the Force be with you, and see you guys next time with another video.